Hey guys, it is Jacob here, and today we are going to talk about my strategy going forward in regards to investing in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So by now, I'm sure you've all heard of the big B word, Bitcoin, and if you're really into the stuff, you've probably even heard about other cryptocurrencies such as Ethereum, Dogecoin, Litecoin, XRP, Binance Coin. There's literally thousands of them at this point. Now, this isn't a video explaining what Bitcoin and Ethereum do. There's literally thousands of videos out there with people way smarter than me that can give you a better idea. But for a very basic and simple explanation, Bitcoin is best thought as a store of value or a digital gold, so to speak.
Say, answer me this, will you? Why is gold worth some 20 bucks an ounce?
I don't know, because it's scarce.
An ounce of gold, mister, is worth what it is because of the human labor that went into the finding and the getting of it.
Never thought of it just like that.
And while Ether, which is the actual currency used on the Ethereum network, is best thought as a decentralized network of computers that support dApps, or decentralized applications. So a little bit different than Bitcoin. Both Bitcoin and Ethereum are based on blockchain technology, which we can think of as a public or digital ledger that can never be changed and is constantly being checked and supported by this network of computers. Now, obviously, this is a very simple explanation on how all this works, and it can get far more complicated, but that should catch you up to speed and give you an idea of why everyone is so interested in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and cryptocurrencies right now. So, now for the reason that you're actually here. Why invest in Bitcoin and Ethereum? Well, aside from being the two most popular and well-recognized cryptocurrencies, well, maybe aside from Dogecoin, which we'll save that for another video, Bitcoin and Ethereum have the highest market caps and are the most likely to be adopted on a large and global scale, which means over time these currencies are going to get bigger and hopefully we're gonna make some money.
Hey, gentlemen, let's get some money in here. Let's make some money. What do you say?
We've already seen big names like Tesla announce that they're going to start accepting Bitcoin as payment for their vehicles. Not to mention, Tesla purchased $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin at the beginning of February, and it's already made more profits off that than they have from an entire year of selling their cars, which is quite mind-boggling and just shows the potential for this stuff. So as time goes on, we're going to start seeing more businesses, more countries, and more governments start to adopt Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as a viable means of payment and currency, but also as a means of application and potentially banking. I don't personally believe that the US dollar is ever going to be replaced by Bitcoin, but it could give it a run for its money, especially on a global scale. I know there's been a lot of talk about China and how they're getting into Bitcoin and potentially using it as a means to deleverage or dethrone the US dollar. Now, I don't want to get into all this right now or even know the likelihood of any of that happening, but that should give you an idea on how there's a lot of room for these cryptocurrencies to run and gain in value. Now, let's take a quick look at market cap just to give this a little bit of perspective and how it compares to all the other assets out there. So, switching over, we are at coinmarketcap.com, and right at the top we have Bitcoin and Ethereum, number 1 and 2. And if we take a look, we can see that Bitcoin currently has a $1 trillion market cap. And then right below it, Ethereum has a roughly $250 billion market cap, a little bit over. So now let's see how this compares to silver and gold. So switching over, we are at 8marketcap.com. And as we can see right at the top, we have gold at $11 trillion, and then silver down here at $1.5 trillion. So we can already see how fast Bitcoin has risen, and it's only been a couple years. And then we have Ethereum all the way down here. I mean, geez, just look at how many companies have already passed silver in terms of market cap. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, all the companies that we know and love and use every single day. So it is not too far-fetched to assume that Bitcoin will eventually surpass silver and potentially some of these other companies as well. So now, hypothetically, if Bitcoin were to ever match the value of gold, we would be looking at somewhere around $500,000 for one single Bitcoin. Now you may ask, how do we get this number? Well, we switch on over to the calculator. So if we know that there can only ever be 21 million Bitcoin in circulation, because that's how Bitcoin was developed, knowing that there would be a fixed amount of Bitcoin mined and then no more, we would be looking at a market cap of $10.5 trillion, which is very comparable to gold. But in the real world, we know it is not going to exactly work out that way so nice and neat, because not every Bitcoin is going to end up in circulation, just like the US dollar or every other currency out there. And this is mostly due to the fact of lost keys and passwords for earlier crypto wallets. So whether the total number ends up being 20 million in circulation, if it ends up being 19 million in circulation, or if it ends up being 18 million in circulation, we're looking at a very high and comparable number to that of gold. Now, hypothetically, if we were to ever assume a value of $1 million for a single Bitcoin, we would essentially have to double the market cap of gold. And while that is possible, I don't know the likelihood of that happening, especially in the short term. And if we were to use the current numbers of Ether and we assumed a market cap of around $1 trillion, we would be looking at around $10,000 for a single Ether. The main difference being is there is no set amount of Ether that can be in circulation, as opposed with Bitcoin, where it can only be 21 million. There is an unlimited amount of Ether that can be mined as of now. Hopefully this can help give you a little bit of perspective and logic as to why some people think cryptos, and specifically Bitcoin and Ethereum, are likely to grow by orders of magnitude in the years to come.
Magnitude. Oh, yeah.
Some people think Bitcoin can hit $100,000 by the end of this year, by the end of 2021, this year. So now you may be asking, what's the strategy? It's the title of this video. Well, if you're a long-term investor and not a day trader, totally different, we are going to dollar cost average into this, or DCA as it's known. So whether that means buying a little bit of Bitcoin every single day or using a certain percentage of your paycheck every single week to buy Bitcoin, we're not going to try to time the market on this. We are going to slowly buy in to these assets, Bitcoin and Ethereum, over a period of time. So my personal strategy is to use $100 a day and split it 50-50 between Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that means I'm buying $50 of Bitcoin and $50 of Ethereum every single day. So the point of this is that we're going to slowly average in over a period of time. We're not going to try to time the bottom all the way down here or end up buying all the way at the top and then having it drop and not recover for a couple months or potentially years.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
We're going to slowly average in over a long term and build out our position because we believe in Bitcoin and Ethereum. But, and this is a big but, if Bitcoin were to fall substantially over the short term, I would probably start to add bigger positions at once. So let's say if Bitcoin were to fall under $50,000 a coin, I would probably start adding heavy. And if Bitcoin were to fall under $45,000 a coin, I would load the boat.
Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? That's you, buddy.
And the same could be said about Ethereum around $2,000 or $1,500 for a single Ether. So once again, my strategy going forward is to buy $100 worth of cryptocurrencies, split 50-50 between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Everyone thinks they can time the market, but rarely does anyone actually do it and have it work out for them. If we could all predict the future, we would all be filthy rich among plenty of other things. The important thing to remember is to buy into things you believe in. Don't try to time the market. It doesn't matter if you buy in here or here or here if you're holding for the long term. The important thing is that when the rocket ship comes, you're bought in already so that we all go to the moon.
So this has never occurred before, and we're gonna go past the moon.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got something out of it. And if you want to buy your own cryptocurrency, you can sign up with WeBull at the link below and get 2 free stocks when you deposit $100 while doing so. Free money. Who can complain about that? And if you want more content in the future, please subscribe and smash the like button. It helps the channel so much, especially us smaller creators out there. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you on the next video. Cheers.